All right, let's take a look at sketching the graph of each function using transformations. Identify the domain and range, intercepts, and asymptotes. All right, so if we take a look at our base function, y is equal to 1 over x. That's our base rational function. And if we take a look at how it compares to this one, we can see it's a vertical stretch by a factor of 6, a horizontal translation 2 units right, and a vertical translation 3 units down. So I'm going to go ahead and think about the asymptotes on this base function as being x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0. So the x-axis and the y-axis. Well, if I move horizontally 2 units right, that's going to take this guy and move it 2 units right. So I'm going to end up with an asymptote in a pretty pink color right here, making sure I draw it dotted. And if I take a vertical translation 3 units down, it takes this guy and moves it 3 units down. So that will be at -3. And the question's asking, so I'm going to state them. So asymptotes are at x is equal to 2 and y is equal to -3. Now I'm going to go ahead and find the x and y intercepts before I graph it, because that's going to help me. So x-intercept, where y is equal to 0. And I'll solve that equation. And, oops, multiply both sides by x minus 2. And I have an asymptote, an x-intercept right there. And let's get another color here. Y-intercept, x is equal to 0. Six divided by -2 is -3. So we end up with y is equal to -6. All right, now you can get your graphing calculator to get some good points. I'm just going to draw a rough sketch here. And I'm going to draw a rough sketch here, being very careful to not touch the asymptotes. All right, so we need to determine the domain. And we're going to look at the asymptote as being the value that we can't have. So we know that x cannot equal 2, but other than that, it's an element of all real numbers. And for the range, we know that y cannot equal -3. And other than that, it's an element of all real numbers. So what I'm going to let you do is go ahead and complete the rest of this lesson. Every example here, we've already covered material relating to it. So make sure you go ahead and do that, and I will follow up with a video for homework for that section. And then this week we're going to do 2 lessons, so we're going to go ahead and do lesson number 9, points of discontinuity, once you finish the homework for lesson 8. Thanks.